Guys, Velma just did the unthinkable, and I am at a loss for words. I never thought this would ever happen. All right, this train wreck of a animated series. It's an adult Scooby-Doo starring Mindy Kaling as Velma. She basically self-inserted herself into this through some underage sexual connotation, some race swapping with Shaggy and Daphne. As a matter of fact, Fred's the only normal person. They made the straight white man the laughing stock of the series because he supposedly has a tiny penis. It's a weird social commentary. It's this weird wokeness that's been thrown in there. You could say it's an adaptation, whatever, but trust me, this ain't Scooby-Doo. It's bad. And it accomplished an amazing feat. Yeah. Guess what? It officially dethroned Dragon Ball Evolution as the worst rated movie on IMDb. So Dragon Ball Evolution, one of the worst movies ever. It was the lowest ranked thing on IMDb, has officially been dethroned by Velma. People aren't liking this Velma show, and that's with good, good reason. There's a lot of stuff in this Velma show that's just utterly fucking woke garbage. And I know a lot of you guys, I'm tired of the woke. Yeah, I'm tired of it too, and people are speaking up. And there's been a handful of people, let's not forget the other side of the coin. There's been a handful of you guys, Eric, you're just saying these buzzwords and you're just complaining to complain, and who cares? This show is an animated this and that, and things need to be okay, yeah, okay, that's fair. It can be out there, but guess what? It sucks. It doesn't change the fact that a huge majority of people think this sucks. And for some reason, there's a rumor that it already got picked up for a second season and that this is just an elaborate troll to troll, right-wingers and stuff like that. Here's my thing. Why waste everybody's time to make something that's purposely bad when you can make something that a huge chunk of everybody would enjoy? Oh, that's catering to the patriarchy and to the straight white man. No, come on. All right? This is the same bullshit they did with She-Hulk, where the writers later came out and said they purposely tried to make it bad to trigger people that wouldn't like it. You're not proving shit. You're not proving pro-feminism by doing this type of crap. You're not promoting anything. At this point, why didn't you just make a unique and brand new IP instead of making Shaggy an African-American man? I think the rumor currently going is that Scooby's going to be a African-American woman in this. I don't know what the hell they're doing. But anyways, taking a look at this, you can see if you thought Dragon Ball Evolution or Birdemic was bad, wait till you hear what movies topped Mindy Kaling's Velma on IMDb. So this says it's only been 4 days and it's already received endless criticism for its wokeness and poor jokes. In fact, it's so bad that it has 1.7 out of 10 stars on IMDb, dethroning the 2009 film Dragon Ball Evolution on its website, which stands at a horrible rating of 2.5. So you look at this tweet, and Scholar says, worse than Dragon Ball Evolution. The king has finally been dethroned. That in itself is a huge accomplishment. Any way you slice it. And Dragon Ball Evolution wasn't even woke. I mean, sure, they had Jake Gyllenhaal as Goku, and a lot of the different characters in the movie didn't even look like the original source material, but there was no weird 15-year-old sex shower scenes. There was no throwing in characters as gay just to fucking force it into people's throats, right? So, for it to beat Dragon Ball Evolution, that's kind of out there. So, looking at general opinion, the fact that Velma's just an obvious self-insert from Mindy Kaling is so fucking lame. And you can see right there, the meme, exactly, I spit truth without a filter, like every comedian before #MeToo. And a lot of these jokes fall flat with Velma. And it's almost insufferable to an extent, the way that people like Mindy and even Chris Evans recently with the Lightyear PR, where they lash out like, if you can't take it, then tough shit bigots. And it's always like a real defensive, like passive aggressive attitude. And Hollywood's been doing this a lot, and it's fucking tiresome. But back to the original article. we're going to take a look at this because it's interesting to see which movies actually, these bad movies, have ranked better than it. All right, so this says, the show isn't only highly critiqued for its bad attempt at humor or the try-hard edginess that comes off as cringy, but it's also disliked by many simply because Velma is more like Mindy, if anything. The intelligent, adorable girl we all knew and loved from Scooby-Doo just isn't in there in Velma. Instead, we're given a condescending, bratty teen girl with an unlikable gang. And that's 110% true. Velma's character traits, she was always a lovable, genuine, honest, great friend, very smart. I guess you could call her a nerd, but she was the one that always figured out the plan, figured out the outline for the, capturing the bad guy. She was the unsung hero. She never got the credit. It was always Fred, but she was always the person, the brains behind the unit. She was a smart, everybody loved her. Nothing bad to say about her. Now they just flipped it and tried to make her edgy. Just to fucking do it. Just to fucking do it. And again, in theory, stuff like this does have merit behind it. But it's the execution. It's the way that the wokeness ruins it. Like you're purposely being spiteful to try to prove a point that Velma's a strong woman. You could do it a lot more tactful and tasteful. So she has 0 traits in common with Velma, but has everything in common with Mindy, adds another user. So it says, Velma's doing horribly in terms of ratings for many reasons. The Scooby-Doo for adults just isn't working, and it's evident on IMDb. Just take a look at all these movies that are deemed the worst of all time and are rated higher than the show. So these are bad movies that have a higher rating than Velma on IMDb. So The Last Airbender has a 4.0 rating. It's considered better. I've never seen it personally. Adventures of Shark Boy and Lava Girl 3D at a 3.7. I have seen that. It is bad. Dumb and Dumberer When Harry Met Lloyd. So this was the spin-off sequel, like the prequel. 3.4. And this movie does have a little bit of a soft spot for me, but it is bad. Not gonna lie. Cats 2.8. So I think this was the Cats remake. From Justin to Kelly, I unfortunately had to watch this movie because I was working at a movie theater. I was a projectionist, so I had to make sure that I built the film reel up. It's at a 1.9, and then Dragon Ball Evolution at a 2.5. So these are some of the worst movies of all time. Epic Movie at a 2.4. Son of the Mask, 2.2. The Hottie and the Naughty, 1.9. So, Super Babies, Baby Geniuses 2, Birdemic, disaster movie. So, yeah, definitely taking a look at some of these movies that are ranked better than Velma. Can it be possibly, it's review bombing by a whole bunch of angry right-wing guys? Who? Possibly, but not everybody that dislikes Velma is right-winger, all right? Just keep that in mind. A lot of people are Scooby-Doo fans that don't like this shit. There's a whole bunch of 40-year-old neckbeards that need to just get over it. It's a modern version of Velma. No, fuck that. Anyways, Mindy proudly shared on Twitter that Velma was HBO Max's most viewed animated premiere ever. The responses were brutal, to say the least. Somebody said, I am paralyzed from the waist down. After 20 years in a wheelchair, I finally stood up to turn your show off. Velma has only released 2 episodes so far, and the animated series is still set to air until February 9th, 2023. There's no telling what direction the show will take after the backlash, but let's hope they take people's constructive criticism into consideration. And yeah, it's been pretty brutal, guys. So it's officially dethroned Dragon Ball Evolution, and it's the worst ranked thing on IMDb as of right now. What do you guys think? Let me know down below. I'll see you on the next